Ooh, I'm a little nervous. Okay, so after my monthly appearance on the Someplace Underneath stream on the Last Podcast Network Twitch channel on last Thursday, I learned of what I consider to be very credible accusations of domestic abuse against the network's co-owner, Ben Kissel. I totally understood, nobody filling me in beforehand, because it's a busy time. I'm sure I can't imagine the amount of stress. But after the stream and after I expressed some concerns about timing and substance, etc., Natalie suggested that I take a step away from Spun. At that point, I told her that I didn't want to. I care about LPN. I consider so many of them to be friends. Sorry. And I truly can't imagine the difficult position that Ben has put them in again and again. Particularly for the ones who've been grappling with this information for a while since it happened. I didn't know Ben's ex-girlfriend, Taylor, at the time, but I believed her and believe her. I immediately believed her allegations both on principle and for substantive reasons that I won't go into. But I still, at that point, wanted to learn some more without bothering anyone on the network further. Either way, even if it ended up to be complete bunk, which is unlikely. But, so I tuned into her YouTube live stream with Davey Jackson on Saturday, the 16th of September. It is and was upsetting and convincing. In any case, as I was watching the live stream, I commented my support for Taylor, who was clearly and is still going through it. Unfortunately, after Natalie learned about those comments, I was asked more definitively to leave my recurring spot on Spun. For different reasons, I agree that it's best for me to part ways with Spun and LPN. It's really crushing and disappointing for everyone. I think it's such a difficult amalgam of friendships meeting business relationships, personal and professional values. There may be more to say on that at some point, but for now, I truly, truly hope the best for everyone, even Ben. I've had some nice times with Ben, but he has a lot to answer for, and I think he has for a while, and I hope that 4 weeks in rehab remedies some of the roots of this, but I would be lying if I said I didn't have my qualms about that being effective. But that aside, I truly, I want the best for everyone. So many of you mean so much to me, and I don't mean to make the situation worse. I'm obviously feeling pretty anxious about this. Please don't hate me. But as somebody who's dedicated my life to advocacy, particularly for gender equity and health and kindness and transparency, I want to be loud and prompt and unequivocal in this. Victims come first. I mean, that was what kind of drew me to some of the professional ties to begin with, was a shared value. For better or worse, I now do feel comfortable sharing Taylor's YouTube video, and for anybody who has the energy and the bandwidth to watch it, because it is tough, I really would encourage you do so, especially before passing judgment on what she has been through, what everybody's going through. The silver lining to this is that Taylor reached out to me a couple days ago. She is a lovely person. All of this has also connected me to Celine Beth Olson, who has been a tireless and amazing advocate, who honestly is like, both of them have really inspired me to not just keep shutting up myself. But that brings me to a final thing. Taylor and Celine and, oh god, hopefully not me, probably other people who stand up for Taylor, have been put through a lot for saying what I think a lot of folks should say, what is totally their story to share, they're right, and also, in my humble opinion, the right thing. As a lawyer, I understand concerns about, making any public statements, but I don't think anything should bar the network from making an official statement on behalf of LPN, unequivocally asking the fan base to stop, something more than an Instagram story, something more forceful in tone, maybe a little more accountable, asking the fan base to stop and maybe to actively remedy some of the things that they've done and said, because this is a really troubling look. Targeting and harassing Taylor online or otherwise, and now Celine Beth Olson as well. Hopefully not me, but I worry for that too. I love so many people involved in this so much, and I feel for the conflict that many of us are going through, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? Haha, gotta laugh so you don't cry. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for sticking around to listen if you have, and to quote Warren Zevon, enjoy every sandwich.